Been here relatively recently. It's not a nice place. I really hope it's dropped its previous soundtrack. Good. Seems to be.
We're here. Keep your eyes open for dragons. And mirrors.
Thanks, bro. What would we do without you? Cultists. Alluvian cultists or Morrigan cultists? Who are these people?
Let's see some
Man.
blood.
Lionel, that was pretty brittle.
I've never met a dragon worshipper before. Not much for small talk, are they?
Why would anyone worship a dragon?
Dragons are big, powerful, and they breathe fire. Some people are easily impressed.
I can see that happening. If I hadn't been a Grey Warden, I could see myself being a dragon cultist. I only worship electric dragons, though. I have standards, damn it. You think you got the drop on me up there, but you don't. Ah! Damn it! I'll get you. Okay, Nathan, turn your tactics off, because I hate this person up here and I want them to die. Oh shit, we are losing folk. Okay, no, stop playing and start managing.
Ready to make heads explode.
Fucking do as you're told.
You're in a little over
Freeze these guys.
for your head.
How many are there left? There's only a couple. We should be okay. Pound. And, do you have anything else which does an automatic critical hit? Arrow Slaying will have to do. Prevent me, Maker. Didn't shatter, just outright killed him. What's that up there? Leonard, hold up, dude. Finn, you gotta get Ariane up if this is going to continue.
I don't condone violence, just so you know.
That's a blatant lie. Heal her.
Need help.
And then we need to reconsolidate because we're all spread out at the moment. You two needs to make your way here. Not in the tree. Good, just checking. Nathan, where are you? You can see, as long as you can see, you're fine. Are we good? Not quite yet. That's a big one. Drakes.
Someone's gonna fall
Ooh,
on
I'm not
it.
convinced you should get super close there.
That'll teach you.
Go. Those things aren't too bad. So you're controlling the situation. I was definitely a bit complacent at the start there. It's kind of easy to fall into that when, you know, stuff can seem easy sometimes, but it's but it can turn, and the battles which
Now's better than later.
turn are sometimes hard to identify right from the off. Which is laziness, really. It's also laziness, and for the record, it's a response to, you know, the pain I feel in my wrist when I play video games. Being able to kick back with it is really helpful to me. That's another reason I never did finish that point earlier, did I? It's another reason I decided not to crank it up to hard mode here. Is because A, I figured that, like, that's all very well and good, but you don't really want to watch me die over and over again. And B, because I feel like we've earned it through careful management of the tactics. And C, because it's more effort on me, it's more pressure on me and more mouse clicking, and that's all very bad for me. I love that you're just using that move, Glenel. It's awesome. I put it like super high in his tactics, so he just does it. It's excellent. Okay, a dragon came here last time. Are we gonna get a repeat?
What is
Whoa.
that?
What is that?
Of Varteril? It can't be, they're only legends. It is said they were rock and tree, wind and rain, given form and breath by the elven gods to protect their people.
To protect their people? Then why does it look like it's going to eat you?
What are you doing, Morrigan? I don't know what that is, but I don't like the look of it. Is that harming you? It's just...
I'll do it.
It's not actually harming you, so you're alright. Okay. So in order to do this, let's see what we can do to get on here. Nope, I got nothing. Get a group heal in. Just keep those guys topped up.
I am made! Hear me roar!
Whoa, what happened to you? What is that? So you're just paralyzed, you're not being harmed. We're gonna fight you in a similar way to the way that we fight dragons. Oh shit, son. Okay, it's going down, but it is making a real fuss about it. Apparently a very, very magical creature.
Blood!
There you go. You know, if that group heal is recharged, we could really use one.
This'll be fun!
There we go. And shock it. Did it die?
Get no mercy
No, it did not die. It just spawned dragons.
from me! You're gonna regret this!
Shit. Come on, just bring it down. There we go. Phew. Strange construct. Magical being. What are you doing here? According to Ariane, the elven gods created Vartarels, to guard the elves and their most treasured artifacts. They are so rare that even the Dalish believe they are only legends. The one you encountered was especially vicious, attacking even Ariane, one of the people it was created to protect. Why exactly is anyone's guess? Well, because it has been a long time. And magic can twist and be twisted. I need to take a wee break. So, after that we'll head back into familiar territory. Yeah. Let's boogie. Everything out here is fine, isn't it?
My back?
My back! Man, all the way back here, right through the ruins, where the mother once lay, and no more, no more. Where'd she go? Maybe this was here the whole damn time. It is interesting this, because you didn't need to do this in this order. You could have done this first, and I'm like, hang on, this shit is fucking familiar. Morrigan.
The Eluvian.
Shh.
And it's glowing. We should...
Finn.
I think she's expecting you. Ask her about our book.
Hey.
No further, please. One more step and I leave. For good this time.
Hello to you too.
I assume you know what this is. I have gone to great lengths to find and activate this portal. Give me reason and I use it, and you will not be able to follow.
Portals. I'll figure. I didn't come here to fight you.
So you say. Tell me, why did you come?
I feel like curiosity is the most honest answer. Did I come out of friendship for you? Not really. Curiosity. I came for answers.
Answers? We all want answers. We had a deal. I save your life and in return you leave me be. Why should I answer any of your questions now?
I'm sorry. But if you didn't want to talk, you wouldn't have stayed.
Always the clever one. Ask your questions then, since you have traveled so far.
Thank you. Betray me? You didn't betray me. Where's the child?
He is safe, and beyond your reach. All you need to know is that the child is an innocent. He knows nothing of the destiny that lies before him.
It's not more than that's not all I need to know.
Because the child is yours. I understand. I will not share my plan with you. I dare not. If your trust is insufficient, then your anger will have to do.
Look, please, what is your plan?
My plan is to leave and prepare the child for what is to come. Such preparation requires time and power. I must have both if I am to be successful. More than this, I dare not say, even to you.
See, this is left with the only one question. I feel like we haven't got the answers that I want yet, and so I'm in the situation where I don't think Morgan betrayed me. She kept a secret. A secret which pressured me into breaking a bond of trust, but that's about the worst that she did. She didn't try to kill me or anything like that. I want to ask, why did you betray me? But I only want to ask that because it's there. Fuck it, let's ask it.
I did not betray you. I left, just as I said I would.
I mean, that's the thing. I suppose if in any way I feel betrayed, is that she had this plan all along, and she forced me into a really uncomfortable situation and left me no choice but to do it.
And what choice did I have? How was I to know that the battle with the Archdemon would come so soon? And when it did, I came to you. I had no other option. And here you stand, alive. So do not speak to me of betrayal.
It's true. Yeah, for everything, Morgan, you did save my life. You've allowed me to go on to do so much more. I'm still alive now. No more questions.
Then allow me to provide you a warning. 'Tis Flemeth you should beware of, not me. Hunt her if you hunt anyone.
Oh, good. Flemeth is dead.
My mother has tricked her way past death and more. She is no more finished than I am. I thought I knew what Flemeth planned. I thought what she craved was immortality, and yet I was wrong. So very wrong. She is no blood mage, no abomination. She is not even truly human. The ritual was but a means to an end, a herald for what is to come.
Why?
Change is coming to the world. Many fear change, and will fight it with every fiber of their being. But sometimes, change is what they need most. Sometimes, change is what sets them free.
Is that what you want, to be free?
What I want is unimportant now.
Morgan?
There is one last thing I must tell you, if you will allow me. I left you a gift. The Dalish book is there, and something you will find of great interest. Now, will you let me go?
I'm not going to attack her. she won't give me the child, and I feel like I don't really have much right to it. It's not why I came to seek her. I didn't want the child back. I would have liked to meet it. It's a he. Would like to meet him. But no. The child is innocent, which I suspect is why Morgan is preventing him from contacting me. He's trying to keep him away from whatever that is. Something is to come. Morgan, I don't know her intentions, but they don't seem like malevolent or anything like that. There's something that she's doing. She's preparing somebody for something. A child for a destiny. Child has the essence of an old god in it. And is immune to the Darkspawn taint. But the taint was just obliterated from the child, and what remains is the essence of the old god. So whatever the child is for, I doubt it's to do with the Darkspawn. Something else. Something that essence will give him. Some divine fate. And I don't know what it is. And she's not going to tell me either. I am the side character in this story. The poor sod left behind. So this is my story. Alright, Morgan. Just say goodbye this time.
I am sorry for everything.
Really? Oh, we don't get to find out what it was that she gave me? Something of great interest? What was it? Come on! Alright, well, credits, guys. And that's it, isn't it? Hang around, folks. I'll be back to talk for one last time about Dragon Age Origins at the end. ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Dragon Age Origins. The Darkspawn Chronicles, Liliana's Song, Dragon Age Awakening, The Golems of Amgarak, and Witch Hunt. It has been a long ass game. And now it's over. Which I'll talk about in just a second. I want to talk about Witch Hunt in particular, first of all. That was interesting. I actually really enjoyed that. Some reasons for which kind of expected. The reasons I enjoyed that. Where to start? Witch Hunt was about trying to find Morrigan. For whichever reason. You know, whether you wanted the child, whether you wanted her dead, whether you felt betrayed, or if, like me, you very simply were drawn to this element of your past, which was unresolved. A nagging sensation that what I did on that night with Morrigan was extremely important. And not knowing what effect it had, what ends Morrigan wished me to do it for. Curiosity led me to that. And at the end there, found her, had a conversation which I liked that conversation a lot. Like, she was definitely stonewalling me, but she was sympathetic. We greeted each other. Morgan and I were never particularly close, and I felt like we greeted each other accordingly so. But there was this kind of unspoken... There's this connection between us because of the amount of time that we spent together, and because of the pivotal part that she played in saving my life. Not friends, not enemies, but two people who almost inadvertently have meant so much to each other. I owe her my life, and she owes me what her life is now. Apparently her life now revolves around this child. I hope she cares for it. But all I can really do is hope. Whatever's going on there is not my business. It's not my story, it's not my arc, it's not my quest. In that campaign, I was her closure. So that she can go and do what she needs to do. And that's why I think the campaign feels really different. Compare with, okay, let's do this campaign by campaign. Dragon Age Origins, we are the Grey Warden commander leading against the Blight, and we defeat the Blight, and everything else is great after that. We have this really important thing to do. In Liliana's Song, we have a thing which is really important to her, something which happened, and a time-sensitive nature of it as well, you know, it's all happening. The events of Liliana's Song all occurred in either the same night or afterwards, when Liliana's basically target, her betrayer, was potentially going to escape with something very important. In the Darkspawn Chronicles, it's just one night, it doesn't really matter, didn't really have a plot, that thing. In Awakening, it was very much, again, like, this thing is happening, it's an immediate concern, people, like, Darkspawn are attacking, we need to deal with this, like, now. And so let's go and deal with this. In the Golems of Amgarak, it's very much like, we're trapped in here, this is an immediate situation, we need to get going, there's not much else to do except deal with this situation. In Witch Hunt, it almost, more than anything else in Dragon Age, it almost felt like a day in the life. Because I had this quest to track down Morrigan. But at the same time, there was no real time pressure. Because, as it turned out, Morrigan was waiting for me either way, and there was nothing to indicate that there was any time sensitivity to it. We just knew that she was up to something. And so we hooked up with these two other guys. We hooked up with Finn, and Ariane. Two, you know, interesting and like comedic things, both of which have their own kind of driving reason for coming along. But again, neither of which are like too high pressure. Ariane's people weren't dying. They just stole a book which was really important to the clan and they wanted that back. As long as they retrieved the book, then everything was fine. And even if they hadn't retrieved the book, then all they've lost is like a little bit more history. It wasn't super high pressure. And Finn was just with us out of curiosity. And Glenald's just there because Glenald is with us. And having that companion, having the joy of having Glenald back, made this feel even lighter as well. In addition to, you know, feeling lighter because the quest that we were on was not so immediate, nor so world-shattering. Although I suspect that the quest that Morrigan is on is extremely important. And there was this kind of thing hanging over that. I was very aware that Morrigan wanted this child for some reason, and that reason was really important. As a result of this, Dragon Age Origins, my experience with this game, doing this DLC, doing witch hunts, and not being, you know, not being really truly driven to like rush or think about the importance of my task, and then getting to the end and not really truly getting any answers. Dragon Age Origins has now ended not with some giant climactic clash of titans and with a massive bang, but more with a just that life goes on. Nathan left Morrigan, and I don't think he'll ever see her again. I don't think Nathan will ever see his child again. But he has Glenald. And somewhere there's Liliana. Made a couple new friends in Ariane and Finn. He'll go do his thing, whatever he was up to previously. Probably more adventuring. You know, stick to what you know. He'll carry on. And the transference of doing something important and world-shattering has transferred to Morrigan. Now Nathan has the thing where he can go hunt Flemeth, but it was kind of like Morrigan said, just if you want to hunt somebody, hunt Flemeth. But it wasn't like, you must hunt Flemeth, you are the only one that can do it. It was just sort of like, hey, what she's doing will probably be important. And I liked it. I actually really liked that they decided to take that direction. I wonder if it was deliberate. I suspect it was, because it all seemed to kind of fit into this feeling of, hey, let's travel a few places that we've maybe been before, some like new places, traveling a bit around Ferelden again, these really kind of light, short missions. And the climax was a conversation. Awesome. It's a very peaceful way to end this saga for me. I have seen, this DLC didn't get fantastic reviews, and I suspect that it had something to do with that. That it wasn't explosive or necessarily like uber climactic, but I liked it. I liked it a lot. I would rate it very highly because it was true to itself. It was true to the Dragon Age Origins universe, and it was true to what these characters would do. I don't know what the hell was up with that Elven thing at the end. In fact, there's a lot of unanswered questions. I'm a little bit cheesed off that we didn't find what was significant in that pile, that, you know, with that book. I have no idea what it could be, honestly. A mystery. What more is there? A mystery which Nathan knows, but which I don't. And with that final separation of what Nathan knows compared with what I know, I now say goodbye to Nathan. Nathan the human noble, Nathan the duty-driven Grey Warden, Nathan the occasionally glib, the archer, the fucking damage-dealing person who started out missing so regularly, the Nathan in love with Liliana, the Nathan who had a dog called Glenald. There's a lot I'm saying goodbye to with him, and I think maybe not showing that item, even though that irked me and that would have annoyed a lot of people, maybe that was the game's way of saying, this is it. Say goodbye. Nathan and you you're going your separate ways from now. And that's fine. This has been my Let's Play of Dragon Age Origins, everybody. It's been 3.5 years since I started it. And I've loved every second of it. I don't have anything really to say about the gameplay, or the music, or the combat, or the writing that I haven't said before. It was fantastic all the way through. Not perfect, I will say again, not perfect, but I loved it. And this is goodbye. Well, I'll need to edit the episode, so I'll still be back into this world seeing that again. But aside from that, yeah, this is it. And it'll be it for you guys as well. Obviously, like, you're free to play the game yourselves or to watch somebody else do it, but I will say again, to those of you who stuck with me right from the beginning, right from Dragon Age Origins Episode 1 of my series, right through to episode 230 or 260 or something like that of Dragon Age Origins, through to, we're probably at the region of about 300 episodes by this point. More, in fact. Almost certainly more, like 320. Thank you so much for sticking with it. It's been amazing, and it's been awesome having you guys along for the ride. This is definitely not my last excursion into the Dragon Age universe. Yeah, might as well talk about this. In terms of future plans, I know I said when I finished Dragon Age Origins, like the problem with it is that it's such a big game, and that it's been 3.5 years now. I haven't been great at posting all the time during that, and I think that if I was to post like an episode every day or every couple days, like I got through this game a lot faster. Like in maybe a year and a half as opposed to a whole 3.5 years. However, that's still a decent chunk of time. And my time is very, very precious to me. So people have been saying, are you going to do Dragon Age 2? Are you going to do Dragon Age Inquisition? Now, the thing I'm getting about Dragon Age 2 at the moment is that it has its flaws, but does a really good job of fleshing out the world. That may be true. But I don't think that's necessarily on its own enough for me to Let's Play it. Because there's a big difference between playing a game and doing a Let's Play of the game. So I will probably experience Dragon Age 2 in like some way, shape or form. Because I imagine that it carries on from this story. Like Witch Hunt, apart from anything else, Witch Hunt does seem to be a lot of setup for the sequel. Which again I can see annoying some people, because a game should focus on itself as opposed to being a setup for everything that should come before it. But Witch Hunt was kind of the last DLC to be released, and hang on, I'm overheating here. You take off my jumper. Witch Hunt was the last DLC to be released. And it was small as well, so I don't mind the game taking that amount of time out for like a little bit of setup and to round off saying goodbye to Nathan. So Dragon Age 2, I'll give it a maybe. A kind of reluctant maybe. Let me know what you guys think about. I would love your input on it, honestly. Because Dragon Age 2 is definitely an option. And if everybody says, yeah, it's awesome, like it's worth spending a year and a half playing it and posting episodes about it and watching it. Year and a half is a long time, guys. Choose carefully. And on the other hand, we have Dragon Age Inquisition, a game which I think I will definitely do a series on. I've heard some things about it, like its mission structure is quite different from what became before, but also like I've heard it's huge, like way bigger, like 3 times as big as this, which is insane. So that's an option, and I really do think I'll do it because I've heard really good things about the game. I will get on that eventually, but not necessarily immediately. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that as well, if you're willing to stick around with me for another like Dragon Age Inquisition thing. I mean, I suspect so. Like, if you guys enjoyed this, then as long as it's a good Dragon Age game, I expect people will still, you know, stick around for as long as they can and or want to. I don't think there's going to be too much in the way of difference. But again, we'll see. I haven't seen much, if anything, of Dragon Age Inquisition. I've seen some like gameplay footage, and that's about it. I think there will always be a place on this channel for a long-form RPG. Because as much as I like picking up these games like Soma and Stanley Parable and things like that and playing through them, it's really nice to get in sync with the world, in sync with the character. I suppose I should talk about this just because otherwise it's going to go unmentioned. Want to talk briefly about Fallout New Vegas. Loved doing Fallout New Vegas, but it's not super high on my list. Like, I'm kind of excited about the BioWare side of RPG at the moment. So going back into Fallout New Vegas is very tempting. I don't know. Again, like, feel free to let me know what you think of that. But it's not super high on my list of things to get back to at the moment. And the other option, the one which I am really properly tempted by, is to wait for a couple months and see what the reviews are saying about this new Mass Effect game that's going to come out. Mass Effect, very different in terms of like setting from Dragon Age Origins, but we're still talking BioWare RPG. Usually, like, just from the previous Mass Effect games, a BioWare action RPG. And if it's good, then I may well do that. That's kind of the current plan in my head. Like, finish this, which I have now done. See if the Mass Effect game is any good, and if it is, do that. And the Mass Effect games, generally speaking, are usually, you know, fairly short compared with these. And then move on to Dragon Age Inquisition. That's kind of like the base plan in my head at the moment. I'll say it for like the 5th time in this little outro. I'll say it. Let me know what you think. I can't promise I'll go with whatever the majority decides, because I need to be excited about the game that I'm playing, and I need to feel confident in my own ability to like a game for like a year or longer. However, I also really do care about what you guys think, and you guys have some great advice and great suggestions, especially if you enjoyed this series, because you'll know what I like. So yeah, look to the future. Let's see what happens. In the meantime though, I really think that's about all I have to say. As you could tell, maybe, my voice is going a little bit. It's been a long old series of over 300 episodes, and just now my voice is dying. So we'll leave it off here. Let's say goodbye to this period of the Dragon Age. And goodbye to our Grey Warden. He has been a fine fellow to battle with. To battle as. And I'll miss him more than any other aspect of this game, I think. In the meantime though, thank you very much for watching, everybody. This is the end of Dragon Age Origins. And I will see you in the next episode of whatever it is I'm playing.